Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is my used equipment challenge, Saving Up. And as you can see, we finished harvesting the field of sunflowers, our only field, field number 22, and we're getting ready to figure out what we want to do. We got more sunflowers than last time, which was good. I think it was more than last time, although we had a 97% yield bonus last time, so maybe we got the same and I just don't remember. But it seems like more, because last time we just sold directly. So basically, we've got a couple of things I wanted to go over with you guys. Number one, I think you just saw, but I will go back and take a look. Oh, hold on. Trying to get this pallet centered, or not centered, but leveled on here. And then, is that good? Yeah, it's fine. You might have seen over here, number one, there's 4 oil factories now instead of 2. I think I did that in last episode, but I might have done that at the end of harvest because I was panicking because of the amount of sunflower seeds we had about where to put them all. So we built 2 new factories here. And then I did skip and sleep through the night after the harvest because it was dark, and I forgot to turn on 2 of the factories, so only 2 of them ran overnight. So these 2 down here, you can see are still at 9,500 and change, where these down here are down at 8,900 from the 96 that they can hold, so 89 something. So these 2 processed overnight. Those 2 over there didn't because I didn't have them set up right. So one of the things I'm running into is, of course, we dumped sunflowers into all 4 of these, so we put 9,600 in all 4 of those. We filled our tipper, which is 18 something we'll go look at in a second. We still have sunflowers in the harvester, which is I think 13,000 something. I'll check those numbers for you in a second. But then I also had more. So I leased this farm check trailer, and as you can see, this one's full of 28,000 liters of sunflowers as well. So we're kind of swimming in the sunflower seeds here. And if we look at our finances, looks like our leasing costs for that trailer were $2,446, and it also has an overnight cost every month that we keep it of around $400, I think. So here's the $72,000 for the 2 new oil factories that we put up. So we spent a lot of money. I mean, we have $7,000 to our name now, but we still obviously have that loan as well. So I'm kind of stuck because at this point we've built 4 oil factories and we've filled them up, and it's only processing, just for ease of math, I'm going to say 1,000 liters of sunflowers a day. I don't know between last night and what time it is this morning. We went down to 8,900. Maybe it's a little more if we go to the end of the day when we dumped in from the harvest, but I felt like we dumped in here pretty early. So I'm not exactly sure. We'll figure it out, but for ease of math, we're going to say that we're processing 1,000 liters a day at each of these. So we're processing 4,000 liters a day, right? Well, here, 28,000 extra that we have just sitting here, not counting the stuff that's over in our shed. This is 7 months worth of processing. It's going to be 7 months of 4,000 a day to have room for that 28,000 among these 4 things. So whatever, if these go down 7,000 each, it will take 7 months before we can even dump this trailer into those, which obviously November, December, January, February, March, April, May will already be well into when we've replanted the field. I'm just going to tab over here real quick. So here's our harvester. It has another 13,000 we need to unload somewhere, and then our tipper that we actually own is another 18,000. So it's going to take us until May just to be able to dump this one trailer that we have. I'm going to get back to this because I wanted to make sure to turn this off because I don't want to waste that battery because we don't have a charging station. Anyway, so just to dump this one, it's going to take us 7 months, which is not reasonable. Obviously, we'll be processing and producing pallets and things like that, but then we still don't have anywhere to put the ones that we have in there, which is another 13 plus 18, another 31, maybe 32,000 liters that we have to process after we put this in. So we just don't have enough room to process all of them. So we have a couple of options. One, we could sell. We could sell this 28,000 that we have here. I don't like that because then I just wasted the $2,000 to lease it when I could have just sold them yesterday. And the price is going down now. It was closer to 1,200 in October. We're down to 1,100 now. It's going to bottom out next month in December and climb up to 1,400 in March. So do we keep it in here till March? Well, by March we could have processed a reasonable amount of it. So I don't know. I think like we're kind of stuck because if you look at the construction menu here and we go down to our factories, here it is. The big oil mill is $240,000, and I checked. It holds 96,000 liters, so it holds 10 times what the small ones hold. But it doesn't cost $360,000, which would be 10 times what, well, 10 of these little oil factories, wherever it is. Yeah, these little oil mills, to get 9,600 or 96,000 storage, it would only take $240,000 versus the $360,000 it would take to put 10 little ones on. But we're already sort of committed because we bought 4, like, so we've spent $140,000 already, or maybe even closer to 150. So I don't know. We're kind of stuck because it's like we can't sell these. Number one, we would lose the stuff we have in them. But number two, we already bought them. We already saved the game. They're kind of here and they're full of goods and processing. So it doesn't make any sense to do anything other than let these run. But since we already leased that trailer here, we can continue to pay the $400 overnight until March when we get a better price just to dump that. By then we might be able to dump the stuff from our harvester, the 13,000 there, back in to top these off. And that's probably the conservative right approach, given that we've already doubled our factory production here. But I kind of think that's silly too. Like we're just gonna like hold out for the better price and hope that the $4,000 we spent leasing this we're gonna make back in the increased price from 1,200 to 1,400 a liter. I'm sure I could get out a spreadsheet and do the math and see which one is better. But that to me is also silly. I don't really know what to do. If I build another 2 oil factories for another 72,000, right? That's sorry for so much menuing, but we're going to come over here. Yeah, another 72,000 to build another 2, so we'd have 6. Then we can dump. I mean, this is 28,000. What I think we should maybe do is build 3, because then we can dump all of this and return this leased trailer before we pay the 400 for tonight. That last 1,000 can be split between the 2 that actually ran, and then we'll have the production value of 7 going. We can easily refill those from the remainder that we have, probably by March, and then let them process throughout the year. I think 7 is about what our production capacity is going to be from this field. Maybe 6 would do it, but I think how much can we produce in a year between every October? Is it October? Yeah. Between from one October to another, how much can we process? I think somewhere between 6 and 7 small oil mills worth. But in order to build two to three more oil mills, we're going to have to take out a bigger loan. And so I'm just kind of like, what do I want to do here? And would that make enough to pay off our loan? Those are all big questions that I have. Obviously, we need to turn this field and replant it, but we've got until March to do that. Looks like we do need to lime it, so that's an additional cost that we're going to encounter. But yeah, I don't know. I just think, yes, we could take the conservative route, hold that till March, try to sell those off, but I just don't like we're committed at this point to the oil mill process. So let's see, 72 plus another 36, 78, $108,000 to produce 3 more oil mills. I think that is the way. I think we're just going all in on this. So we need $108,000. So we're just going to borrow some more money against our loan. I know we're going to pay interest on it, but I'd rather get the improved rewards. Oops, that was too much. 112,380. I mean, this is not going to help us lime everything, but we'll leave it there for now. If we go into here, so we can squeeze one in here. And then we'll put 2 more down here. I want to move them a little bit farther away from the field. I don't like how far out that one stood. And that's 7. And we're down to $4,000. I mean, I guess that's what we're doing because we just did it. So I don't know. Like, I'm tempted to kind of just really fast forward to February and just see what kind of production we're getting, and then look at the price for sunflower oil and see when is the right time for that to sell. I think the price is actually pretty stable if I remember right, but probably should have like snapped those to a grid and lined them up a little bit better, but I guess this just looks a little bit more like we did it ourselves, which we did. So these 2 down here need loaded. So let me loop around this way. Probably should have not put that one by the tent and just put them all down here, but oh well. Then I got to make sure they're running, and because it was a waste. We built the ones, we paid to have them processing, and we didn't. Also, this card is dumb. It's one of the ones that you can't back up well with, so you have to get super close to try to trigger that drop point, and I clearly missed it the first time. So we're going to get super close, and look for the little... So if we put 9 in here, and pull forward, put 9 in here, and these next 2 are at basically 95 something. So we skip those 2, we put 600 in here, 600 in here, and then the rest in the end, I think. So skip this one, skip this one, didn't even pop up. But yeah, we're missing the... This is where, yeah, see, it's like turning the wrong way. I'll put 600 in here. Can we trigger that one? Nope. I guess we'll leave that one a little bit lower and just see if we can trigger this last one to dump the rest in. Come on. So close. Running over our tent here. Come on, trigger, trigger, trigger. Alright, we're going to take a loop. Take a loop. So I don't know if this was the right move. It probably wasn't, because we should have just, if we're going to take out enough loan to have built the oil factory, we could have just built the big one to start with. Alright, I wish I had my little trailer, but we got to get rid of the rest from here. How are we going to do that? I'm going to get really, really close. Too close. Sorry guys, this is probably really annoying to watch. You're right there, guys. You can do it. I think we got it. Okay. So this is our farm tech. We're going to go to vehicles. Farm tech, return, save ourselves the $400 there. I'm going to hop out of this. So you're running, you're not. Inactive productions. Running. Let me go down here, running, 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 running. Nah, no active productions, no active productions. I confused myself. I got so used to saying running, I almost said running for that one as well. Running sunflower. And running sunflower. There it is. We have 7 of them running. We're going to go park this back in the barn. In order to empty out the harvester, we could drive it out here, but that seems unnecessary. We could also just hook up to our trailer, drive our trailer under the harvester, which is why I set it up in such a way. Well, that reminds me of something. All right, hold on. Before we do that, I want to show you guys this, because I think this is cool. So this is not a necessary step at this point, and I'm going to drive out here in the sunlight so that it's not in that shadow. We're going to hop in our truck and drive that over here as well. Now watch the cedar on the back of our tractor here as we pull close enough. Look at that animation. All of those coming up. And then if we come into here, can you see the bag of seed sitting there? When I fill it, it takes the bags off of the pallet and then fills the little tanks. And then as I pull away, it shuts all the little doors again. That's so cool. I know that's silly and unnecessary and doesn't actually serve any purpose other than getting our cedar full. But it just, I don't know, it cracks me up. I'm going to park this right here. and then we'll take our tractor and put it inside, and we'll actually get to put the seeder away. I left the seeder outside of the barn just so I could show you guys that, because I thought it was neat, but then I forgot. So that one's on me, but we're going to go ahead and park the seeder up here. We got a lot of field work to do, but I am more curious in how our productions are going, so that's what this episode is going to be focused on. So we're going to park this, drop that, park this, turn that. We're going to come here because this is next to our tent, and we've got 7 running productions. We're just going to fast forward a couple of months, and I will deal with the field work in February in preparation for March, or maybe in March a little bit too. Because it's winter, I'm just going to put it till 10 o'clock for my fast forwarding of days so that it's not dark out when I wake up. And we're just going to kind of take a look at the production. I think it does about 1,000 a day, so we're processing 7,000 sunflowers seeds, 7,000 liters of sunflower seeds overnight, or not overnight, but from month to month. Ooh, and we're paying a lot of loan interest and a lot of property maintenance. But so like, we were at 9,600, now we're 71, 8,000, 8,000, 85. So we were at 96, we're at 85, 86, 96 to 86, 8660, 8660. So yeah, we're basically, we processed 7,000 liters. We didn't have any more pallets pop out, so that's easy peasy. Don't need to worry about that right now. I'm gonna sleep another month. Actually, I should have checked the price. And I should have looked in the used market. What am I doing? Oh well. Not that we have any money to buy any equipment anyway. We already have all our equipment, and we're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt because I decided to go the mini oil mill route rather than buying the large one. But I don't care. This is how we're playing it. This is what we're doing. Okay, you're 954. You're really close, but we've got 1, 2, 3 new pallets out. And 76, 76. And so 3 new pallets. We've got 6 total pallets now. Let's check our price. And this one is all the way at the bottom. I still think they need a page down button for these productions and products that are well buried in the menu here. Sunflower oil. Yeah, 38, 32. Ooh, it does drop down to almost 2,000. That has a pretty big, that pretty much doubles from where we're at now until March. So January, February, March, which makes sense. When we're planting it, that's when it's at its peak. So it wouldn't make any sense to sell it now. So back to sleep, guys. Back to sleep. Oh, and used market. What do we got in case we want to spend some more money? I like that, but I've got another episode. We don't need either of those. Moving on. So we're going to sleep to 10 again. I'm going to have a lot of field work in February, which I think we're actually fast forwarding to February right now. Maybe a lot of field work in March and get them planted in April, since you can plant in March or April. Yeah, maybe we sell everything in March. Jackson Farm. Does Jackson Farm by chance buy? Oh no, it's scrolled to the bottom. February. Okay. Let's bring our truck back over and load these up. And see how many pallets we have going. Actually, if I take the time to load all these up, this video is going to be like 30 minutes long, which is probably more than we need. So maybe we'll just count the pallets real quick and I'll load them up off camera. In great demand at Jackson's Farm again. All right, so I'm going to park this here where it's easy to get to from all angles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 7 more pallets plus the 3, so we have 10 pallets total. And I apologize, I have to scroll to the bottom one last time. To see what price we're getting. Sunflower oil. Okay, yeah, we're February, we're coming up. The max is 3882. We're getting 3700. Jackson's Farm is not an option. So supermarket is the closest and the best, um, which is great. And 3782. So by the end of the day, we should be getting that. So I'm going to cut it here, but just know that I'm going to load those pallets up. So we'll have 10 pallets to sell at the max price next month. And then because it's just in time too, we're down to $500. So if we went overnight again, I mean, we're losing what, $1,200 a day with loan interest, $1,300 almost with loan interest, property maintenance, and all of the things. So yeah, we would definitely have been negative in March if we don't sell. So we're gonna have to sell today anyway to avoid going negative, which is fine. So anyway, I'll start the next video with the sell price, either a screenshot of it or an actual video of it, and then I got to get busy on field work as well to get this turned over. But I think we problem solved. Was it the right call? Probably not. You can tell me in the comments that you think otherwise, but at the bright side, we definitely are processing our sunflowers, and we have room in these to dump some more, so we'll get them filled up. Once we get all the pallets taken in and sold, we'll get the tipper out and refill it and go from there. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think about this approach, and I'll talk to you soon.